I'm DJ Oliver, and welcome to a very special edition of Detroit Performs, where we delve into the past, present, and future of the Howell Opera House.
It's a great venue, really. I love the stage behind us, the old Opera House, the vibe on the whole thing.
It's a blessing to have this place.
This is a huge, important building. So many amazing people acted here and sang here.
It brings back this feel that we could have been here 50 years ago doing the same thing. I mean, that's what you feel like when you walk in here.
So to be able to walk into this building and feel what went on here, and to walk in the people's footsteps that came before you, and there was thousands here, is a very special place, and it's very important, I think, to the history of this town, this county, and this state. The Opera House was built in 1881. The announcement for this beautiful building was made in December of 1880, and it was announced that two local builders by the names of Holmes and Hunter were going to bring us a first-class opera house to Howell. The need for it, I think, was great. We're in a perfect location for the trains and traveling down Grand River, and it's kind of a center for different cities all around us. It's also going to be a place where the community could gather.
It was basically a community center for the area, and it was upstairs. It wasn't in this room here. This room was usually used for retail, generally a hardware store. In fact, it was a hardware store up until we bought it in 2000.
We did have 3 operas. Many people thought we didn't, but we have dug through many playbills and stuff and found that we did have 3 operas. There was probably hundreds of plays. We had traveling theater groups that came through from Chicago to Detroit, and they always stopped here. We had some wonderful actors and actresses that got very famous here, and one was Jessie Bonstell, and she came here when she was 15 with her parents and got her start here. She was here for 7 years, and during that time she bloomed into a phenomenal actress, and she became well known across the country. The Opera House played a huge role in this community and Livingston County. Communities had no place to gather, so churches in those days did not have big fellowship halls. So they built these opera houses, and they used them for everything that went on in the city, from graduation commencements to it was a courthouse for a year while our courthouse was being finished. There was a 5th grade class that was held here for one winter because there wasn't room at the local school. And besides all the wonderful plays and the vaudeville acts that came here, even Barnum and Bailey Circus did trapeze acts on stage. So it was a very exciting place.
They didn't need green rooms back then. They didn't have dressing rooms. They had a tiny little space underneath the stage that I couldn't have stood up in, and I'm only 5'4". And they would be down there, that's where they dressed, and then they'd come up through the trap to get onto the stage. And that was closed up and is pretty much encapsulated now.
Everything in the building is original on the 2nd and 3rd floor, and including the stage curtains, and those were painted by a man named W. Marks, who was very highly sought after in his day. We did have gas lights for the first 26 years, including the fixture hanging from the middle of the ceiling.
People would enter from the street and walk up the stairs and go to the different ticket offices which were on either side on the main floor, and then they go on up to the balcony if that's where their seats were. But at one time that space up there held 1,000 people, which when we finally get it finished it's only going to be about 450.
Mr. Varney, who was the Detroit architect, did the designs for this building. The outside of the building is all brick, and it is trimmed in jet brick, is what they call it, and also cut stone, so it's very attractive. And the architecture style is Victorian, and it matched the rest of the town. Today, you'll see out in the front black Carrera glass, and it is from the Art Deco era.
The Opera House closed in 1924 and closed by the fire marshal because at that time they had a lot of gas lighting. The lighting for the stage is still there. You can see where the ports for the gas lights were on the stage, and probably not the safest place. In fact, a lot of the opera houses in the state burned down, and that may have prompted the fire marshal to decide this was not a safe gathering place anymore. In 2000, the Opera House was purchased by the Livingston Arts Council. Jeff Stamm was the president at that time, and he was also a real estate agent.
He's seen here what needed to be opened and exposed for the community. Being that this building was literally locked up for 80 years, he knew what was up here and the potential, and he himself was an opera singer. So it was an exciting moment for him when we did finally buy it.
And he put a mighty push on to get this building purchased. The owner didn't want to sell it. And the upstairs was basically used for storage. That's why it's in such perfect condition right now, as far as nothing's been damaged, nothing's been stolen. It's just the way it was when it was closed, practically. And then in 2001, we purchased the building next door with the thought that the entire two buildings were needed for the complex as this is eventually going to be. So we did renovate this first floor, which was pretty much a wreck.
It took 3.5 months, and the floor was covered with 130 years of dirt, and we literally had to sand the dirt off, and we put up a glass barrier for the front lobby to help with sound and temperature changes. And the old plaster was pulled off, and the walls, the brick was exposed. And so we have a very soft, intimate feeling down on our first floor.
And turned it into a very nice space with the thought that it could be rented for events like weddings, and then utilized for our programming as well.
The mission of the Livingston Arts Council is to bring arts and culture to the people and to the youth of the communities in Livingston County and anybody else that would like to come in and use our building and be part of it. We hope to touch on the arts for everybody and include interest for everybody, so people can come here and be a part of it and not have to think, oh, I don't like drawing, so I'm not going to come in, but yet they might like vocal recitals, or they might like a concert.
We have every kind of art that you can think of. We have performance art. We do a pop-up bistro, which is basically culinary arts. We've had comedians on the acoustic cafe stage. We've done contra dancing, and now we have a swing dance class here.
Being able to come to a historic facility and play some classic old school music, you know, historic music, historic facility, and dancing that's timeless, they just pair together so well. It's a great way of artistic expression and a great way for kids to let loose and have a great time in a really safe environment. There's no place better than this around.
We have an art class and of course the visual arts. We've done movies, we've had children's theater here. We have a current art piece that has taken over the second floor, which is called Red, which is just a beautiful visual arts piece.
I love Red. The more you listen to the story behind it, because every artist has a story behind what they make and create, when you feel what the artist was feeling, then you could understand it a little more.
The theory is that by taking these abstracted shapes, the lines, the color, and so on and so forth, that we can draw attention to the architectural details, both plaster painting and column capitals and everything else that's inherent in this space, by contrast with these modern elements.
It was a feeling of movement that went from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. So it was a two-story architecture piece, and it carried through the building, starting at the ground floor, coming up the staircase all the way up here to the gallery floor. And I was very sad to see it leave. Got Art is an opportunity for all the schools in Livingston County to participate. We send out letters every year to the art teachers asking them for their participation, and we have the art teachers pick from 10 to 20 pieces from each school, and then it's hung here for 2 weeks.
It's the high school and middle school students this week, and next week will be all the elementary schools.
It's exciting for the children. They're so proud, and none of them have ever experienced an art show at this point.
I think that's meaningful to them. It's not something that's offered anyplace else in this community that I know of.
Spirits that have built these walls from fruit of their belief beyond the Love Hotel.
Acoustic Cafe at the Opera House starts in January of every year and runs through the end of April.
On Friday nights at 7 o'clock, we have a live acoustic music that brings in between 100 and 200 people.
It gives the artist an opportunity that they might not have somewhere else. And we don't have a stage, it's on the ground floor, and the patrons are sitting around the band and the singers, and it's very intimate and close.
She's a sunflower girl. She's a sunflower girl.
The Howell Opera House has an amazing vibe to it, and as a musician I always look for that in a room. Every time we played here, it's been so warm. The people are they're so giving of themselves as far as the listening crowd. So as a musician, I thoroughly enjoy it.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Runway Repurposed features textile art.
Runway Repurposed is our fashion show. We incorporated this year about 70 designers, and they come to the Opera House, and we collect used clothing all year round. They come about a month and a half before the actual fashion show and pick out their repurposed clothes, and they take it home and design them into something else altogether. And it's amazing, and it ranges from children all the way through adults, so it's an opportunity for everybody to be a designer and learn.
It's so much fun. It really is, and it's important too. I'm actually a beginner, so I mean I really have no experience, and so for someone like me to be able to kind of come out and showcase my creativity, and just to know that all these people show up for the Opera House, it's so cool.
It's fun to have a bunch of people like us who are creative and love to sew get together and just support each other, and it's cool that we can support the Howell Opera House and the Howell community with the arts at the same time.
We're starting a new program, Opera Art Live. The artist would actually create a piece in a 2-hour period, and then it would be auctioned off. And you could live bid on the piece that was being produced.
We had people come in and stroll for the evening. They had food and drinks and had the opportunity to watch all the different artists. We had them upstairs here in the Opera House as well as on our first floor.
You know, art is to be shared, really. Sometimes a little difficult for the artist to open up and throw it out there in front of the public, but it's a great opportunity really to interact with the public. And personally, I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to the people walking by and asking questions, and so it's a great opportunity to share.
I was blessed to be able to do this, to be a part of this today, because I'm brand spanking new, and to be able to show off my work is wonderful.
There's a wide range of programs, and that draws a wide range of people.
I think that people, from children, they need this opportunity to realize that they can do things. They can draw, they can paint, they can design clothes, and they need to have that opportunity. And then I find through the years that as people get older, maybe they spend a lifetime of never doing anything artistic but always wanted to. And so this opens the door for them to come in.
I think it's a casual setting, so people feel it's theirs. They belong here. They can do what they want here.
It's really cool to see people working together. People working solo don't do as well as this. This is a great artistic blend here, and it's expanding because people want to reach out and do what they love.
I feel very much a part of this community, and as the artist, I think I know a major portion of them, and I'd like to make them feel comfortable here because they need that opportunity.
It is a community space, so when people come in, they feel that. They know that they can act up, joke with the performers at Acoustic Cafe, or help each other to dance.
And people are so excited about being able to teach a move to someone else. You'll see that all over the place. Someone will do something, someone will say, stop, show me that, how'd you do that? And everyone's excited to show their stuff. It's the great blend of the artistic side of things and just the great social atmosphere.
We're an all-volunteer organization for a 501c3, and we had a pretty big mortgage with this building and the one next door that we had purchased. And in 2012, we ran a capital campaign.
We started Restore the Glory campaign, and we ended up collecting, through the generosity of this community, $658,000.
And at the end of this year, we'll have paid off our mortgage and be pretty much debt-free. And with that, something to stand on, we're going forward with the renovation of the second floor.
As part of Restore the Glory, the windows were done this past year. They were actually restored, kept to all the original wood, and some of the glass did get broken in the restoration, but it was replaced with a similar looking glass. And the details are all painted in gold trim with the black, and it's very stunning. That was the very first start of our rehabilitation for this building.
We want to keep the building historically preserved, but we also want to rehabilitate it so that it can function as a performance arts space when we're ready to open.
The plans are that we'll be able to open the building up for any type of event, and we'll be able to run 2 events at the same time, the first floor as well as the Opera House floor.
Artistic institutions are, a lot of nonprofit groups, whether it's a dance or facility or whatever it is, we're all in it for the same reason. We want to preserve things. We want to hold on to the best of things. There aren't places like this to go and really enjoy the historic, great facility. I mean, that's what this kind of place was made for, is events like this, and being able to continue to have events here. It's great.
We want to go forward. We want to make it into the community center, arts and cultural building that it's supposed to be. The idea that they can have dinner downtown, come and see a play, go across the street, have a glass of wine after dinner drink. It's going to be a very easy walking community event.
A program like this, when you bring people in, one thing, it brings people into a downtown. And this is a beautiful downtown. It's a key part of downtown.
The amount of people that we bring through this building right now is about 20,000 a year. And these people come here and they shop, they visit, they eat at the restaurants.
I think it's going to bring more businesses downtown, so it's going to be good for Howell and downtown Howell. But I'd like to think it's going to be good for the rest of the communities around too. I'd like to think that we will become more of an arts community, that people will think of Livingston County as a destination for arts and culture. This is a wonderful community to live in, and we thrive here. We exist because of the generosity of the people who live here, and they're helping us with all of our events.
The volunteers here at the Opera House are so important. They're a major player here. Without them, I don't know that we could handle all this. In fact, I know we couldn't. They are so very important, and they make every opportunity here in the arts, or whether it be a meeting that they're helping, they make it all work.
It's amazing the generosity of the people in Livingston County. So I think that's another reason why this is going to be a very popular place to be.
I'm very excited to see the artists come into this building. I know personally, because I am an artist, that to be able to come to a place and be a part of a program, whether it's arts or just being here, what can do for your self-confidence and the educational programs that we have here, the opportunity that they don't have every day.
The fact that this is in a community where people know that they can come and see quality music, and they continually bring in that quality music, and you build, a repertoire of musicians that come in, people know that they're coming. So it's great for the musician, it's great for the people, it's great for the venue, and I hope that more people will do this and support musicians like myself, because we need venues where people will listen to our music.
Being able to see people develop, get excited about something, be excited to come to a social place in a day where everyone is working their friendships and their relationships all digitally. And there's not a whole lot of requests like, would you like to dance? Thank you for dancing. It's something as simple as that makes such a big difference. It's huge.
I think the Opera House is doing wonderful work, and they've been doing wonderful events for a number of years, and they just grow and grow with how much they provide for artists and for the community.
I think that art needs a leadership. I think it needs a direction. There's so many artists out there that don't know what to do, don't know where to go, and I think they need a home, and we hope to offer that here and have our doors open to everyone.
There's a sense of community in this building because of everything that has happened here. We have a list upstairs of all the different graduates for many, many years that walked across that stage. And they're the names of the streets and the cities in this area. They're families that are third and fourth generation around here.
We are a Michigan Historic Site. We are on the National Register, and we are a historically significant building, and we are Howell's first local historic district, and we're very proud of that.
It honors what came before, instead of just tearing down and building new.
Anything that can happen, anything that's important in your life can come here to the Opera House and happen.
I love seeing people coming in, hopping out of their comfort zone, and thoroughly enjoying it right away. Hearing that it's changing people's lives. That's huge, and it continues to. I continue to see it, I continue to see it grow.
I think we're now on our way to the rehabilitation of the second and third floor, and it's going to be an exciting time.
Being able to work with other people that want to hold on to some of the beauty that is here and restore beauty, that's what we're about, that's what the Opera House is about.
It's a beautiful building, and it will be the hub for economic development in this downtown.
If they do what I see when you go up there, I can just see what it would be like, and I feel like it has such an incredible energy to it, and I think that if people can continually support, I think it could be one of the best venues ever to play at, and I hope I'm the first one they ask to play there.
I can see today the things going on stage as well as things going on downstairs, and it's just going to be a place of activity.
That community place is important, but I think the arts and culture and having a home for it is important too, and this is the perfect location.
I'm just very glad that they saved this treasure, and I'm very glad to be a part of it, and hope to continue with it and see it to the end, or I should say the beginning.